Hey guys, what's up? Today I will introduce to you.
We're past of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Hello, Benders. Welcome. What is this? We're doing another stream. It hasn't been a full month. Like I said before, that when we're going to be in this new month of, Avatar Netflix adaptation, I will be doing more frequent streams. This is that frequent stream because we got so much news just in the last week. I can't save it for a whole month. We have to go through it now. Let me say hello to everybody in the chat. And by the way, we're going to be doing this every Friday. So every Friday around 3 p.m., 3:30 p.m. Pacific time standard is when we're going to be doing this. But let me say hello. Omir, what's going on? LS Revenant, what's going on? And Benny Hooker, getting fam. Queen Danny, Dylan, Reno, Sita, Trill Visions, what's going on? Hey guys, how's it going? It's all good. Hey y'all, good evening. Anyone have plans for the weekend? What are my plans for the weekend? Actually, let me check right now. So this is a part of the stream. So by the way, if you're new to here, very chill, laid back stream. This is very much like unstructured, unfiltered, speak your mind here, this is not like a clean video where I just have all my thoughts laid out. This is like unedited stuff right here, but also just kind of chill vibes. What am I doing this weekend? This weekend, what do I have planned? It looks like I have we're definitely not playing softball tomorrow because there is rain in Los Angeles. Looks like I'm doing a lot of reading and writing tomorrow, and on Sunday as well. I'll be doing a lot. So it looks like it's a writing weekend for me. How about you guys? What do you guys have planned for the weekend in the chat? And how were your weeks? How was everybody's week as well? I'm just going to chill out and read. Got a book club meeting coming up. Oh snap, Ken fam, what y'all reading? It's all over. They failed. Uh-oh, Queen Danny, what you talking about? Can't think of a better way to spend my night instead of fanboying over Avatar. Dylan, where you are in the right place. You are in the absolute right place. Should I read the novels? Yes, you should. In particular, I recommend the Kyoshi novels. I give less recommendation to the Yongshin novels, as I'm not as interested in that one. But definitely the Kyoshi novels. I highly recommend those. Danny, it's a mix of overreacting and underreacting. LOL, gotta read the context. Oh, Sita, we will talk about that. There are some issues with Charlie Spur, member for 33 months. Everybody, let's give him some love in the chat. Look at you. You are an Avatar Antoine. He has ascended to Avatarhood. Everyone, if you can, give hearts in the chat to Charlie for being a member on this channel for 33 months. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you for the continual support. Really, 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 it does help the channel. Hey, Fishy, what's going on? Hey, Fishy. What's up, P? Weekly, yeah, we gotta be weekly, or else I'm gonna fall behind on all this news if we don't do weekly. We're at least doing weekly until the show drops, and maybe even a month after the show comes out. But after that, we'll go back to being 1 month. Antoine, can you do a spoiler review for each episode of Netflix Avatar, please? Oh. I guess you weren't here last week, but here, let me read off my plans for all the content surrounding Avatar. So we're going to be doing timeline videos for the new Netflix Avatar. Well, here I'm just listing off all the video ideas that I have, not just video ideas, but the video series that I plan on doing for all the Avatar Netflix stuff. So we're gonna be doing timeline videos because it's gonna be entirely new timelines. Because as we'll talk about further on in this like news breakdown that we're gonna be doing today, this is almost going to be not even almost. This is a separate universe from the animation, so it's going to be its own story, like on its own. So we're gonna be doing some new timeline videos for everything that's going on in this world, this new live action world. We're also going to be doing full breakdowns of every episode, including reactions. So we're going to have reactions, which are just going to be my pure, just like how I feel about, my gut reaction to the episode as I'm watching it for the first time. And then, of course, I'm going to be doing more thorough, thought-out breakdowns after that. And I'm also going to be doing a Versus series specifically for the live-action adaptation. So I'm going to be doing Versus series, but specific to this universe of the live-action. I'm also going to be doing minute straight videos, which I've done well in the past. And I'm also going to be doing tier list videos. So there is a lot of content. Like, I'm already having a hard time keeping up with just this preamble, like, teaser news stuff that's been coming out. So I don't know how I'm going to function when the actual show drops. But, I'm happy to have it. I'm happy to have Avatar in our lives. Bro, I think I watched Avatar Last Airbender for over 30 times. No cap. I believe you. I absolutely believe you. Charlie Spur has some big news. I have some big news. I finally saw the specialist in Boston for my eye. I got some answers, and the double vision should be correctable with surgery. I may be able to ditch the eye patch for good. Hey, that's sick. Hey, everybody, hearts in the chat for Charlie for being able to find a solution for his double sight, or his double vision, I should say. We are reading a Warhammer novel called First Heretic, which is a sci-fi setting that's about as vast as Star Wars. Oh yeah, I've heard about Warhammer. Warhammer is huge, man. One of my narrators, his name is John Joseph Rogers. He loves, and I mean adores, that series. Hey, you're my favorite YouTuber, and what do you think of Suki? Suki in the animation, I feel like she's completely vanilla. I don't really care much for her. I like on either side. I don't like have huge thoughts of love for her on one side. I don't have hate for her. I'm just extremely indifferent to her. But in the live action, I must say, I might be a Suki stan now, thanks to the live action series. Hey, much love from Nigeria. What's going on, Prince Will? Thank you so much for that love. Hey, your favorite. Hey, what's going on, Theo Brown? Hey, what's going on, Melanated Cutie? Israel, what's up? You're about to be so busy. Yeah, I'm about to be so busy. Also, hi. Thank you, Antoine. I love Avatar The Last Airbender so much. I love your channel. Oh, thank you so much, Jorge. Jorge or George? Do you go by George or Jorge? I'm assuming Jorge because your last name is Luis, which is Spanish. Y yo hablo español poquito. Yo necesito practicar más porque la mamá de mi novia solamente habla español en su casa. Hey, what's going on? Congrats, me. Oh, it's not congrats, me. Sorry. Hello, me. That's your name. The username is me. So, yeah. She is my favorite, says Spaceman for Suki. Do you think that we will... let me know. Why is Suki your favorite in the animation? I always like to ask this question because for me, she is such a vanilla character. Do you think that we will see a new type of bending in the next Avatar franchise? I assume so. I don't like it when they keep adding on like different abilities. But that seems to be what their fascination is with the series. And when I say they, I mean the creators of the show, Mike and Brian. But yeah, I think we're for sure going to see some new type of bending in the new series whenever we get it. It's okay, Spaceman. A lot of people love her. Yeah, I'm in the vast minority in terms of like Suki not being my favorite. Definitely in the minority. Oh, Jorge, you're from Portugal. So yeah, it's more like George. Oh, okay, cool. So in Portugal, you guys say George. Do you think they'll give Suki more of a character in the live action, or do you think they'll lean pretty close to how Suki is in the animation? I think she's gonna have more. I think she's gonna have more in the live action. That's what I'm gathering from these teasers and these trailers. Ah, no. Yo hablo, pero mi vocabulario es limitado. Like, sí, yo hablo, y sí, mi acento es like, okay. Pero no, mi vocabulario es muy limitado. Also, what's up, Adriana? Or is it Adriana? Hey, what's going on, Missing? Oh my god, Antoine, your Spanish is so good. I just got back into learning, but I understand and read it better than my speak. So many people say that. I hear that from so many people that they say that they can listen to Spanish and understand it, but they can't speak it. I'm the opposite. Like, I need to be able to understand what's being said to me to be able to like reflect it back. I wish I had the same skill that most people seem to have, which is they're able to like pick up on a language that they hear like through their ears better than they can like speak it. Like, because I don't have that same skill at all. Prince Will Amandike, right? I just got back into learning. Oh wait, no, what? Wait, what? Oh, that message just got deleted. I have no idea what that was. Hi from the Netherlands. Hello, what's up, Bubble Nugget? How you doing? Can you please read Greg Baldwin? Oh yeah, I should put that on my my list of things that we should look at here because yes, I do agree that Greg Baldwin tweet was actually pretty good. Thank you for reminding me of that because I wasn't gonna do that at first, but then I'm like, yeah, maybe I should. Because people, man, y'all, some of these Avatar fans be wilding, straight wilding. Okay, hold on, let me move this. I'm gonna make that like the last story because that's like a good way to end off. I think the stream is to talk about the discourse going on with some of the Avatar fandom. I'm not gonna make it out to be like, oh man, it's all the fandom. Everybody's mad. It's like, no, we have to keep this into context, guys. Keep the context. Hey, what's going on for Ray Gibson? Oh, Chips, you speak the Spanish. Oh yeah. Oh, Chips. So you wouldn't say shit. I see. Let's watch the self-promotion. I know. Yeah, that was really funny. The self-promotion. Matter of fact, maybe I should legit like talk about him in a video actually. All right, cool. Let me actually, yeah, let me put that in my little list that I have here about like news items. Well, let me. That's a good idea, guys. I like that. Greg Baldwin tweet, and let's go ahead and just put that right there. All right, cool. What was I just gonna say a second ago? Oh, Douglas, what's up, man? Hey, what's up? Do we already know the duration of each episode? We know that they're gonna be an hour long, but we haven't got a specific like runtime yet. I do know through the grapevine that reviewers have already watched the first 2 episodes, and the embargo for it lifts on February 15th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so like in 2 weeks. We'll start hearing like early reviews from like, you know, places like IGN, Entertainment Weekly, Variety, all those places that do reviews. But yeah, right now we only know that they're an hour each, but we don't know the exact time for each episode. I don't get it. How can you understand a language but can't speak it? I don't get it either. I don't understand that either. That fishy. I'm right there with you. Jessica, what's going on? Hello from Denver. Hey, that's where my family lives. I mean, not my family's from California, but a lot of them have moved away. Like my aunt moved to Atlanta. My other family went to Denver. Specifically, they live in Aurora. They have family all over the country. They've all like kind of moved out because California is expensive. But yeah, I have family in Denver. It was self-promo. Greg Baldwin wasn't completely self-promo. I feel like the things he had to say were actually valid and needed it to be said. I mean, we should actually end this whole stream with the quote from Iroh. Let me see if I can find that quote from Iroh. Iroh quote. Sorry. From Korra. Yeah, we're gonna end the stream with that quote for sure. Most likely hour-long Netflix is like that. I have a question. What's your favorite season of Avatar: The Last Airbender? Season 3. Fire. I actually never watched Avatar: The Last Airbender or Korra in English dub because I think the Romanian dub is better. Hey, more power to you. I mean, sometimes that's the case. Sometimes certain dubs are way better than, like, you know, the original language. Like, there's some English dubs for some anime stuff that I think is better. And people, you know, anime, you know, savants or whatever, or nerds are like, no, you must listen to the Japanese. But it's like sometimes the dub is really good. LOL, we're the opposite. Suck at stringing sentences together when trying to speak. I'll soon be on your level. If anything, we need to like combine minds so I can like understand what's being spoken to me and then I can reflect it back a lot easier. I think some of the Avatar fans are slowly becoming like the Star Wars fans. I mean, that's gonna happen with literally any fandom. Every fandom ends up getting like, you know, and it's really like social media that does it, because the thing that gets clicks on social media, we'll talk about this later, like in full, but the thing that gets clicks in social media are negativity. And so it seems like there's all this negativity, but there really isn't, guys. There really isn't. I recently started reading due to the Avatar novels, and now I'm diving into the Game of Thrones books. I think yours is on deck. Sick. Yes, the first Game of Thrones book is really good. I think I've only read like half of book 2, and then kind of like dropped off of it because it does get a little bit dense. Hey, what's going on? Blake, what's up, Rattle? Do you agree with my last comment? Oh, I don't even know what your last comment was, Rattle. Did you take the Avatar Studio bending course? Yeah, we did that last week, and it was great. It was very fun. Colorado proud. Hey, what's going on, Lou Her? All right, cool. Let's move on to the first story because I think I caught up with the chat. So let me go ahead and change our scene here. Let's go ahead and change. Boom. All right. So we got some... let's turn off this music right quick. I hate when they do that. Like, go away. Okay, I'm very satisfied with your product. Thank you so much. Now go away. All right, cool. All right, so we've got some vignettes to look at. We've got the Sokka vignette, which if you have not seen it,
Not always easy to find your path in
here
life,
it is.
but when you find it, you must embrace it.
Whoa. We do not want to retweet them.
do
Stop
this
that.
alone. You have me, Tara, and a flying ball of fur. What more do you need?
It's not always easy to find your path in life, but when you find it, you must embrace it.
Yeah, so the big thing in this one, I would say, is definitely the fact that we got to hear the Mechanist and we got to hear Danny Pudi. I have not seen Danny Pudi in anything since Community, and probably not since like Community season 4, because I think I stopped watching that show maybe like a few weeks after Donald Glover's character left, Troy. Because I honestly, the only reason I watched Community is because I was already a fan of Donald Glover. Because I don't know if you guys know this about Donald Glover, but he used to be a YouTuber. He used to do comedy sketches on this YouTube channel, which still exists, called Derek Comedy. And at that time, like when I had become familiar with him, he was coming out with Mystery Team, which was like this Sundance, like, darling, this movie that he came out with. And I thought it was really funny. I thought he was really funny. Then realized that, he started to rap at that time too, and then became Childish Gambino. And then I saw that he was in this show called Community. I was like, oh, I'm going to watch it just because he's in it. And then I ended up like really liking the show. But then it started kind of sucking, and I think he kind of knew that too, and that's why he left. And then after he left, I kind of left as well. But yeah, I haven't seen Danny Pudi like since then, so it's nice to see him doing. I know he's been working, but I just haven't been watching the shows and the works that he's been in. Are you guys familiar with Danny Pudi? Have you guys watched? Are there Community fans in the chat? I think I have an addiction when it comes to reading the Avatar books. I mean, that's fair. That's very fair. What peace, love, and remember, BT, my friends. Most people don't realize it. The quote I always say at the end of my videos is a Bruce Lee quote where he talks about being water and how, be shapeless, formless, like water. But most people don't realize that. They think it's like something I just made up. It's like, no, I didn't make it up. It's Bruce Lee, guys. Come on. It's a classic. Ooh, Fishy got Airbender for their quiz on the thing. Hey, what's going on, Jay Bradley? What's goody, Big Vault? Do you like the TV show Arcane? Oh, yeah, I love it. It's a great show. I figured out a way to arrange book 2 in a short form as they are doing book 1, but I can't figure out how to structure book 3 episodes when they start producing. Book 3, because there's a lot of filler. Well, I think, to be fair, I think a lot of the first season has a lot of filler too, or at least a lot of Adventure of the Week type stuff, which we'll talk about later, because that's a big topic of everything. So, are you going to watch Arcane season 2? Probably. Yeah, I don't see why not. I would love to watch season 2 of that show. Why does Avatar fandom is so small, like the story, and everything is so good and gave so big potential, but they just abandoned the story and now they are working back? I don't understand that comment. If you could rephrase, please. Yeah, I don't understand that comment. I wonder why Laura Bailey is trending on Twitter. Wait, who's Laura Bailey? Is that like a voice actress or something like that? Yeah. 6 seasons in a movie, which, by the way, literally just yesterday, Donald Glover said that the script for the Community movie is now done. So I'm actually probably going to watch that. Like, I literally have not watched Community. I haven't watched the last 2 seasons of Community. Like, I think one of them they had on like Yahoo streaming or something like that. I don't even know. I don't even know what, because it just wasn't good anymore to me. Like, it wasn't funny anymore. Yeah, book 3 has more fun filler. So yeah, we got that Sokka short. Let's move on to the next thing. And then, then we got Dallas Liu, guys. Dallas Leo.
For 3
Hello.
years, I've chased down every hint, every rumor, every whisper of the Avatar. And I will find him. My father has banished me until I find the Avatar, and that's exactly what I'll do. For 3 years, I've chased down every hint, every rumor, every whisper of the Avatar. And I will find him.
So what I like so much about what Dallas Liu is doing with Zuko, and it's different from what was going on in the initial first season of Zuko, right? Where Dante Bosco did it much more cartoonish, because it's a cartoon. Where he's like very like, I'm gonna shout at everything and I'm angry. Like I much prefer the Zuko that is like simmering anger and like quiet anger versus like this big bombastic, like I'm going to like burst a a vein in my throat kind of thing. This ship is sinking, man. Uh-oh, what's Queen Dan? Queen Dan, you have to explain yourself. You're just making comments. What are you talking about? Who's excited for Sonic 3? I don't know. Sonic is kind of like mid to me. Like even the first movie I thought was mid. Like even though it did well and everything and people really enjoyed it, I feel like it's just like kind of like it was good, but it wasn't like amazing or anything like that. The only thing that was amazing about Sonic was Dr. Robotnik with Jim Carrey. Oh my God, there's going to be a Community movie? Yes, yeah, they just announced it recently. Hey, what's going on, Tiny Purple Garden, by the way? Do we know if Toph will be in it? Hopefully I spelled her name right. Oh no, Toph is a T-O-P-H. It's weird. English has like Latin roots and they have weird spellings, and I don't know why they spelled Toph like that, but yeah, T-O-P-H is how you spell Toph. But no, they have not cast Toph yet, but I'm sure that's going to be one of the first things that happens when they get a green light on season 2. Yep, she's a VA for games and anime. She voiced Abby in The Last of Us. Oh, so cool. So I don't know. She might be trending because maybe they cast. I think they cast Abby in season 2 of Last of Us, if I'm not mistaken, right? Avatar Twitter is a weird place these days. Avatar Reddit and Twitter. Like I would say, if you're ever into any kind of franchise like Harry Potter, Star Wars, Avatar, just don't go on Reddit and Twitter if you don't want to see any kind of like negativity or that sort of thing. But anyway, but what do you guys think of Dallas Liu's performance? Like, let's talk about that right now. I'd rather talk about Avatar. Rest in peace, Carl Weathers. Yeah, that's the guy who played Creed, right? Yeah, he just died like a few hours ago. You're just used to Dante, Queen. Oh, is that what Queen's talking about? Queen's talking about the Zuko performance not being like Dante. Nah, I like this live action performance, man. I like what Dallas is doing. Oh, I like Dallas's body language and facial expressions in his acting so far. Yeah, like particularly his facial expressions have been so on par. I feel like he's like the most seasoned of the young cast, I would say. I think Azula's actress doesn't perfectly look the part, but the acting is so much more important for yeah, and that's true because so far every like little bit of acting on her face that Elizabeth Yu, who's playing Azula, has done has been like amazing. Like I really really adore what she's doing acting wise. Yes, I don't think the look is quite there. Like I don't think she looks like Azula, but I don't really care. Like so long as she plays Azula really well. I don't know. I'm a bit nervous about him. My fave so far is Monk Gyatso, and I think Aang will be good. Oh, actually, I have the opposite feeling of you. I mean, not with Monk Gyatso. I think Monk Gyatso is great too, but I think Aang's performance, I think Gordon so far, the bits of lines that I've heard from Gordon, like every single one of them, because I think he's gotten like 3 or 4 lines that we've heard so far, have sounded a little child actory. I don't know if that makes sense, but he sounds like a child actor. Hold on, let me catch up on the chat real quick. I love the cartoon Zuko. It showed how out of control and complicated and deep his rage was. It was all consuming. You know what? And I think that performance works for animation. I don't think that translates well for live action. I don't think like Zuko should be shouting the entire time, like in live action. Ah, man, we gotta find a synonym yet for the word mid. I mean, mid just means mediocre. It means mediocre. And I thought Sonic trilogy was mediocre. And mediocre is not bad. Like I think most people like think about that when they hear the word mediocre. They're like, oh, you think it's terrible. It's like, no, it means mediocre. Mediocre literally means ordinary. It means middle of the road, And I think that's what Sonic was. Like it was good, but it was middle of the road. Can't wait for the Netflix Avatar: The Last Airbender. Hey, me too. What's going on? Oh, I don't know how to say your name. Jerlyn Joy? Or I can say your middle name, Joy. Majesty, what's up? Good so far. The Reddit is not as bad as Twitter in my opinion. WOW wins for Dallas. Yes, W's for Dallas, man. Haha, yeah, Twitter is a nightmare of bots making people angry. Yeah. Saga's character development cut having fun. Sozin's comment cut. Okay, so you seem to miss the context of those stories. So Sokka's sexism, like his character is not cut. His sexism is just being minimized. Again, very similar to how I was saying with Zuko, like, you know, how I don't think a shouted performance would work very well for live action, in the same way that Sokka's sexism, blatant sexism, wouldn't work as well in live action. That's all that's happening with the Sokka thing. It's not like they're cutting like his entire storyline. You know, it's just that portion of it is being minimized. And if you think about it, they didn't even have that in, like, no one complained about that in the M Night movie. For all the complaints of the M Night movie, no one complained about that in the M Night movie. I mean, granted, they didn't have Kyoshi warriors at all, really, in that movie, and that was a whole different thing. But and then yeah, Sozin's comment is not cut. It's just being elongated. It's just not being. It's not being brought up as an issue until book 2. But it's not like entirely cut. It's not like they're not having Sozin comment at all. So far, the complaints you had, there's explanations for all of them. Aang being fun and acting like a wild kid. Cut. No, he's still very much acting like a kid. I don't know where you got the idea that he's not going to be a child. Like, what? Like, that's the reason why they cast Dallas. Not Dallas, Gordon Corman. Actually, if you look at the IGN interview, which we're gonna talk about later, they specifically talk about why they casted Gordon, and part of the reason why they casted Gordon was because of that childlike wonder that he had. It disappoints people who have been wanting this for 20 years. Yeah, I don't see why you're having such vitriol right now for something that hasn't even been fully shown, and also the things that you are having issues with have been misrepresented. So Dallas is the perfect character for Zuko, but can't wait till to see his range and his anger. Right. I like his voice and the fact that he's also professional in martial arts. Yeah, he actually legit does martial arts. Like, he's actually really good. Like, I don't know if you guys saw his Entertainment Weekly stuff that he did, but that was like, it was nice. It was quite nice. I thought. Hey, sorry I'm late. What's going on, Ethan? Dallas does a great Zuko though, and you're definitely right. Avatar Reddit is straight odd. Yeah, I mean, sometimes Avatar Reddit's okay, but like Reddit in general can be like accessible. I just wish the scar was bigger. Yeah, the scar. I also agree the scar sucks, but because Dallas Liu is doing such a good job with like the acting, I don't really care like about the scar like looking like a bruise, because it looks like a bruise. It doesn't look like, it literally looks like he just got punched by he got punched by like an elephant koi or something like that, instead of it being like he got burnt by his like raging father who's a firebender. Melanated kitty. I love Dallas's performance. I have 0 notes. Yeah, I have 0 notes as well. I have 0 notes. I'm very excited for this show. It looks like all the cast members are great. Sorry for being negative, but I'm pissed. No, you can be negative if you want. I'm just trying to like say that some of the points that you made have been explained. So some of the negativity that you're feeling, I feel like is a little bit unfounded. It's okay, Queen. Yeah, it's okay. Zuko really has me excited. He captures that early first season version so well. Yeah, and I love that they kept his freaking bald cut. Like, that stuff is like cringe, but in a good way. Like, they needed it to look cringe, you know? In my opinion, something is always lost when translating animation to live action. Live action is inherently more limiting medium. Yeah, of course, and that's always going to be the case as well. And also more in a sense, because I feel like the emotions that we're seeing on real live action character faces are more impactful, at least for me, than like seeing animated faces. But when we get into like the more like crazy, goofy stuff, yeah, I think that's where the live action is going to kind of be like, I don't know. Like, I think the comedy is probably going to be the thing that's going to be least done well in this adaptation. The Azula storyline has me excited, but truly I need the songs of the Earth Kingdom on music night. Wait, what? What do you mean? Iroh felt the most in character as so far to me. Katara and Zuko haven't really struck me yet, but maybe that'll differ when the show comes out. Oh yeah, I've liked, because they had a vignette for Katara as well. I think she's doing a really good job as well. Oh yeah, someone told me her name is not Kia Wendio. It's like something. It's like a G sound. Like, it's Gia Wendio, like Gia Wendio. Which I was like, what? Like, why is it spelled like with a K? Why is there a K there? It's supposed to be. That's there. I don't know like how that language. I don't know where her name, the origins of her name is. I know it's like something indigenous. So they have different rules for like sounds and things like that. But yeah, Gia Wendio is her name. So, but she's great. Like, I think she's been doing great with all the things I've seen of her so far. Do you think they are going to stray away from the sexism in the Northern Waters? Yeah, that's what I wanted to. So McKay, I'm okay if they're gonna scale back on Sokka's sexism. It just was a weird choice to me. It's like, wait, why are you doing that? He actually learned a good lesson from that, so why is it that that's being scaled back? But yeah, like now I'm wondering, like, are they just not gonna have it in the Northern Water Tribe? Like, that's really weird. That's just strange. That's a kind of a big storyline. That's the whole reason that Katara fights with Paku. For Reddit, wait, hold on. Oop, I just missed that comment. Ooh, I'm sorry. If I missed your comment, you can read. Oh, yeah, for Reddit, the subreddit is way more balanced. Oh, yeah. If you look at the ACLA TV subreddit, yeah, it's way more balanced than like the Last Airbender. The Last Airbender Reddit subreddit has been pretty bad for a minute already. Hey, what is your favorite character from the Avatar character, and why are you excited for them in the show? Oh, Zuko. And I love Zuko, as we're talking about right now. Like, Dallas Liu looks amazing as Zuko. He's my favorite character. So far, he's been my favorite performance of the kid actors as well. They also said in a recent IGN article that they would cut sexism. We're gonna talk about that later. So far, I love the casting, the bending, the locations. Chef's kiss, beautifully done. I'm just preparing to watch a story based on Avatar: The Last Airbender, but not fully Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yeah. I was telling someone in the comments, someone was mentioning that as well. Where I think that this is going to be more different from the animated series, but also more accurate at the same time. So what do I mean by that? It's going to be more different in that the way that they're actually going to tell the story, like the order of events, the way that they're remixing and putting things together are going to be different. We're not going to be seeing the same plot. We're going to be seeing hints of the same stuff, but overall, we're not seeing the same plot of this series. But with that happening, I think it's actually going to be more accurate because they're being more accurate to the spirit of Avatar than the movie that shall not be named. So it's a weird paradox. It's going to be both less the same, but more the same. Uh-oh. Oh, sorry, guys. My comments just dropped down to the bottom. So if you want to re-question something, then you can re-ask me the question. I think Zuko's scar looks great. Don't whack me, guys. The reason I say that is because, look how he's almost deflecting his father's attack during the Agni Kai. Maybe that's the reason it's not like one half. No, the burn can. I mean, if you've seen like actual burn victims, like he could have a little bit more damage. He can have more damage on his eye. The first book kept referencing Music Night, but they never showed it. Oh, you're right. I remember in the storm episode, right? I think the storm episode is when they were referencing music. Oh, okay. Dude, the score apparently has 100 orchestra players, which is even more than Game of Thrones. That's even more than the House of the Dragon. That's insane. That's crazy. Are you going to binge it? And how are you going to do videos about it? Yeah, I have to binge it. Like, I have no choice. I don't want to. I would prefer it if they brought the show out weekly, but it's going to be the net. We don't have confirmation of this yet, but I'm highly assuming that the release schedule is going to be a binge. So yeah, I'm going to have to binge it. That first day, I'm going to be going through every episode back to back to back. Like, we're going to do 8 hours straight of watching Avatar. It's going to be a watch party right here on my channel. And then I'm going to get straight to sending files off. Even probably like in the middle of my stream, like in the middle of each episode, I'm probably going to like stop it. Like, send my files, to get my camera, send my files, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be nuts. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm going to be so sleep deprived when they do that. I really hate that they're doing a binge. I really wish it was week to week. I love everything about Aang. Feels, I don't know. I need more. I love everything. Oh, I love everything, but Aang feels, I don't know. Yeah, I also, for Ray, I'm kind of with you as well. Like, I'm not so sure on Gordon Cormier's acting so far. Like, I haven't been completely sold on it. Have you talked about Bumi yet? No, we have not. We have not talked about. We haven't talked about Bumi. We have not talked about Bumi. So I really hope they show his love of Earth Kingdom music on Music Night. Yeah. Hey, Magic Guy Studios, what's going on? Nice profile picture, by the way. What's going on, Ryan? I'm a little worried about how they'll change Chosen's comment due to the actors aging. I'm not worried about that at all. Like, that's like, to me, that is like super bottom tier issue to me, and it has to happen because you're dealing with a live action show and you're dealing with like real people who are aging, and I kind of prefer the idea of it being a longer timeline because of the fact that these people are aging. Because in the original show, I feel like everybody ascended way too quickly. Katara got way too good way too quickly. even Aang, like discovering the newer elements that he didn't know way too fast. So I actually prefer the idea of it being like more of like a 3-year epic rather than it being like a 9 to 12 month epic that the original show had. So Sozin's comment is like way on the bottom of the list of things that I'm worried about for the show. I really disliked him at first, but the actor is really great, and the cast have been really praising Bumi's actor. So I really think the acting is going to be good. Yeah, and that, we'll get to Bumi in a second, but those are pretty much my sentiments about Bumi as well. Yeah, I know like regular people love binging stuff. Completely understand that. But for content creators, binging is terrible. Binging is terrible for content creation. Yeah. The soundtrack, and we heard it a little bit. Like if you guys remember that before the trailer showed, and they had like that hype thing going on, the hype stream on Netflix. They were showing some of the music, and the music sounds like I want to buy that soundtrack. Like that soundtrack sounds great. Yeah, Ethan Craig, yes. Okay, I'm gonna read Ethan Craig's because he's reading my brain. That's what I'm saying. Like these kids must all be child prodigies if they learn so much so quickly. Like, yeah, you have Toph, you have Azula, you have Katara, and you have Aang. They're literally all these children are prodigies. Okay, sure, like because they have to be. So yeah, I actually low-key kind of prefer like the new timeline for the Sozin's comment stuff. All right, let's move on to the next thing, which I think is the Bumi stuff. No. It's the Gyatso stuff, which I thought we talked about last week, but maybe we didn't.
I never asked to be special.
But you are. You are the Avatar. And you have always been special. The most talented airbender I have ever known.
I never asked to be special.
But you are. You are the Avatar. And you
Yeah, so yeah, Gordon. So far, like all of Gordon's lines, like of course they've been taken out of context, so remember that and everything. But so far, the little bits I've heard of Gordon's acting, I have not been the biggest fan. I have not been the biggest fan. Now this could change, obviously, and also you have to give him some credit because he is a child actor. It's really hard to perform well as we don't get Haley Joel Osment all the time. And by the way, if you guys don't know who Haley Joel Osment is, he's the kid from Sixth Sense. Like one of the best child actors in of all time. You're not always gonna get that. It's very, I don't know why it is. I think drama directors and things like that have talked about like the theory of why it is that child actors or why children have such a hard time performing in the role of acting, stuff like that. But it's just difficult, and that's why most times people say just never ever work with children, it's just for whatever reason it's a very difficult task for something. But I think what will happen, hopefully, is that he'll age into it, very similar to I feel like a lot of Daniel Radcliffe, the guy who played Harry Potter, in the first few movies were a little bit rough sometimes, but he really by the time of the end of the Harry Potter series, Daniel was a legit actor at that point, but he really put the work in to do that. So I'm kind of hoping that even if I feel kind of shaky on Gordon Cormier's acting in the first season, I'm hoping that in book 2 and book 3 he'll up his game, because he has more experience. Oh wait, sorry, I ran out of space on the second half. But let me know in the chat, what do you guys think about Aang and his acting? And Gyatso, what did you thought about the reveal for that? Sorry, I ran out of character space in the chat, but the second half should pop up soon. If not, I read that is the reason Zuko's scar isn't as severe as we saw in the animation. Wait, what? The second half should pop up soon. Wait, what do you mean? Wait, what? Huh? I prefer Aang growing up, especially if he ends up with Katara in this version. Oh yeah, I mean people were already talking about it's gonna be so weird that Gordon's gonna be with Gyo and Winthio, which is you guys do realize that he's going to get big. He's already almost, I think he's her height now. When they started this, he definitely was a whole head shorter than her. He is now her height. By the time the show ends, he's going to be a foot taller than her. And then you guys won't have to worry about the weirdness. Because it was, I will admit though, in the original show, it was kind of weird seeing this 12-year-old macking on this 14-year-old. But okay. I think actually it's going to work better in the TV show because by the time that the series is over, because Gordon is 14 right now, they're probably not going to film until this summer at the earliest. So by the time the show gets kicking off, he'll be 15 years old. So in book 2, we'll see an Aang who's 12 years old, basically in the first book, and then obviously he's not going to be 15 in the new book. He's probably going to be playing a 13-year-old, but playing down to that. But the actor himself, he's probably going to be an adult by the time the series ends. I kind of predict that when they do, unless they do back to back, book 2, book 3, he'll either be 15 or he'll be freaking 18 or something like that. So, do you think this will have a Game of Thrones feel or more lighthearted? Oh, definitely not Game of Thrones, like full on. Like it'll be darker for sure, but not like Game of Thrones. Like it's not gonna go that far. The voice actor for Aang was 12, and by the end of the show, you can hear a difference in his voice. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Which works because at that age, like when you are 12, that is when your voice is changing into its more adult sound. Am I going to be doing a live binge? Yes, I'm going to be doing a live. Yeah, Sora. Yeah, SSJ knows who Haley Joel Osment is. Yeah, he played Sora in the Kingdom Hearts games. And same with Sora. You can hear his voice change like in that first Kingdom Hearts game. And also Kingdom Hearts is crazy because they took forever to complete their trilogy. But yeah, in the first game, he sounds like a little child. And then he sounds like grown up by like Kingdom Hearts 2. And the Kingdom Hearts 3, he's a full-on adult, you know? Like, even though, there's only like 4 years that passed, I think, in the Kingdom Hearts timeline. Maybe 3 years. But in real life, it was like a 20-year difference between the games. Since they are cutting the deserter episode, how will Katara learn how to heal? They'll find a way. If they even do that. Maybe she does that in the north. Maybe that's something where she learns to do that. But they'll mix it up in some way. In the same way that the Mechanist is not in the Northern Air Temple anymore. Now he's in Omashu. They'll just remix it. Maybe, idea. Maybe, because I know that we know for sure that Katara is fighting Zuko in this several times. But the first time they fight, maybe she gets burned by Zuko instead of getting burned by... but I really would have preferred it if it was Aang that burned her. Like, that was such a good scene in the animation. So it's really sucky that they're not going to have that anymore. Like, Zhang leaving is going to hurt me. Katara healing herself, Aang burning her. Like, that's huge. That's huge for his arc. Like, that's one of the blocks that he has in book 3 or even in book 2 when he's trying to like enter the Avatar state. So it's kind of weird that they are cutting that. Oh no, missing. I completely agree. Gordon's voice as Aang is entirely adorable. It is completely adorable. The issue is that I think just the way that he's delivering his lines isn't like the best. Just not the best, you know. I need to take my jacket off. Give me a second here, guys. Thank you for your patience. But it's a little bit hot in here. And I need this to come off. LOL, Harry Potter universe were in their 20s playing 17. I mean, by the time the series ended, yeah, that's the case. So long as Gordon can master the physicality of the role, I think the first season acting will have negligible impact. I agree. That's the reason why I'm not really it's not going to be a deal breaker for me if like his acting isn't like super good in season 1. It just needs to be serviceable. You know, like as long as it's like it gets the story moving along, it's fine. And also, I don't really think Aang has any like really big lifting acting. Oh no, that's a lie. Like when he sees Gyatso's corpse, that's like pretty substantial. You know, a lot of crying and emotion with that one. So I mean, I don't know. Like I'm just saying it right now. Like I can already sense that the Gordon performance isn't going to be like super thorough. This isn't related to the show, so sorry, but I want to hear your opinion on this. Do you think they should make animated movies on all of the currently known avatars? I wouldn't mind that, but I don't think that's what they're going to be doing. Well, no. Technically, they are. There was a rumor before Avatar News went into retirement. There was a rumor that there's going to be a Kyoshi movie, a Korra movie. I don't think there was a Roku movie. No, there wasn't any talk about a Roku movie, but definitely a Kyoshi and Zuko and Korra movie is going to happen. So in terms of us going back in time, we're going to be seeing Kyoshi. If that rumor holds up by the time that Avatar Studio finally announces, like, hey, we're doing something. Also, if I miss anybody on the highs, I am so sorry. I think Chili Hog, I didn't say hi to you. Stubbornness, I didn't say hi to you. But I think I caught up. I think I caught up with all the other highs. I don't expect great acting from Teen Avatar in the first season. That could be fair. That could be fair. So it's confirmed there's no Zhang. Yes, that is confirmed. There is no Zhang in book 1 of Avatar, unfortunately, and that hurts my soul. Like that one really hurts. That for me, that is my like. That's the kind of an ick. Oh, Stubbornness. Hey, love the work, Antoine. Always love watching random videos and seeing your comments. Oh, you mean like yeah? Well, so people don't realize this. I am an actual YouTuber. And I don't mean that as like, I'm not just like a content creator who like makes content on my channel. Like I actually watch YouTube. Like I've said this in the past, like I have YouTube Premium. It'd be like the last subscription that I would give up. Like I would give up my HBO first. I would give up my Hulu. I would give up my Amazon Prime. Like YouTube will be the last thing I give up. I am actually, so people will often see me on other videos like commenting. Cause like, yeah, I am an actual YouTuber. like, and that's used to be how YouTube was back in the day. Like, because I've had my account since 2006 when YouTube was new. Where it was supposed to be YouTube, and now it's like a little bit more corporate. It's more about people like making money on that kind of stuff. But I am very much like an OG YouTuber. I am on here like an actual YouTuber. After all these updates, what's your overall genuine view of this live action? Oh, I'm still very much excited for it. I think it's still going to be very good. I don't think it's going to be great. Like I think when I saw that first teaser, or that first trailer, I should say, I was like, oh my god, this has the potential to be great. Now I think it's just gonna be good. Like I think like the height of where I'm gonna be at is gonna be it's gonna be good. Not great. Hey, what's up, Moises? Zuzu, what's going on? Hello, Angel is here. Hi. Already doing Firebenders dirty by removing Yeah, man, Zhang is like, that hurts, man. That Zhang being gone is gonna it really that affects me personally. I take that personally. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll bring Zhang in later seasons, but they're just not gonna have him in the first one. First time watching your channel, you have a really good delivery with your ideas and explanation. Oh, thank you so much, Angel. Yeah, come on in. We definitely really chill community. I try to keep a very open platform for people who have negativity. They have negative opinions of whatever we're doing or watching. Positive opinions, because sometimes I feel like when people, all right, and we'll get into this because this is like the whole nature of the discourse around Avatar right now in general, where there's two camps, right? So you have the people who like want everything to be positive, right? And be like, oh no, only say stuff like don't prejudge unless like you have something positive to say, because like you won't hear that critique. Like if you say like, oh my god, everything's great, I love it, people don't critique you being like, well, just wait for the show to say it's great, right? You never hear anyone say that. You never hear someone say those words to be like, well, don't judge it yet because it might not be great. I mean, you might hear like a few people say that, but that's not like. You'll mostly hear that against people who say something negative. So if I say something like, "Oh, I don't think Gordon's acting is like," so far from what I'm noticing, like I don't think Gordon's acting is great. They're like, "Oh, just wait for the show." Like, why are you gonna give that opinion? Don't say that. Like, don't like no. Like, let people have like genuine human experience. Like, you're not gonna like everything about any one thing. You're not gonna hate everything. You're not gonna hate everything about any one thing. So you should be able to give your opinion either way, whether negative or positive, and just like take it as it is. And I think because there's such animosity and dichotomy, like with social media and stuff like that, and people feel personally offended at like everything, that people don't know how to disagree anymore. Like I feel like when I grew up, because I grew up in the '90s, I'm a '90s kid. I feel like you could just like you could literally make fun of your best friend on like the blacktop, like say some pretty like crazy stuff, and then that's it. Like you might say, "Oh man, you like Dragon Ball?" No, like or like you like Digimon? No, Pokemon's better, and you argue about that. But then you're friends. Like like it's not like a oh man, you personally offended me or whatever. Like I kind of miss that. I miss the idea of us having like not just debates, but like heated debates of disagreements without it being like this like big blown up thing, which is what's happening currently with Avatar, where some people are saying like and rightfully so, like having some issues with some of the things that are coming out versus other people who are like, no, just be positive. Like, I don't like that. Yeah, we definitely want a balance of conversation, So, like, none of this, like, I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like it. Wait, your glasses look just like mine. Oh, yeah, I got these from Costco. I don't know what, like, version of these glasses are. I don't know who made these. Yeah, I don't even know. I just got the ones that, like, looked decent from Costco. I mostly have glasses for blue light. Like, I actually am not, like, that blind at all. It's just really because I look at computers all day and I want to like not have to squint and destroy my eyes. But yeah, I think I'm just below like 20/20 vision or just above, I don't know how above or below 20/20 vision. Most definitely judge it. I personally didn't like the costume design for Bumi. Oh, we're getting to Bumi. We're getting to Bumi. We're gonna talk about Bumi, and that's one that for me that's something that also is like I'm not really liking that. Is this stream going to be on for a little longer? I need to go for a bit. Oh yeah, Spaceman. We just started. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more stories to look at on my tabs right here. So yeah, you're good. You're good to go. Are they going to have the fortune teller episode? No, that is going to be cut. So we're not going to see Aang, stopping a volcano, which would have been really cool to see. But I understand. But they aren't going to keep all the filler episodes in the middle. Maybe they just didn't announce Zhang casting because they want a big surprise reveal like Jackie Chan or something. Like, nah, nah. I mean, I would love that. That'd be great, but no, that's not happening. Just know that Therion. Also, what's up, Therion? I have some stuff that I was given, some like insider stuff, And I can tell you for facts that Zhang Zhang is not in the season at all. Unfortunately, I'm so sad. Stop bringing that up, guys. Stop bringing that up. I get sad every time you guys bring that up. Is it true that the adult gang will be animated in a similar style to Spider-Verse? No, it will not be. The reason why that story came about is because they are using a lot more 3D animation in terms of like the backgrounds and environments, very similar to how like the blimps, the airships in Legend of Korra were 3D. They're doing a lot more of that, but no, they're not changing up the style. The style is going to look like a traditional anime. But the reason why people thought that is because the rumor people had heard the rumblings about this new 3D stuff that they're using, but that's really just for environments and for like objects and things like that. I'm glad that you're giving your genuine opinion even after Avatar channel showed love. Not like you're being disrespectful either. Just yeah, that's the thing. Like you can say that, like you can still love something. Like I love Avatar, like straight up, like just off the foundation. Like I love Avatar. Like I just love the basis of the world. So anytime I have a critique about something, it's not like I'm saying like, oh, I'm leaving the franchise. Oh, I hate it. Although there are some people online who are like that. They're like, oh, that thing's not going to be in that. I'm out of here. You know, kind of stuff. Definitely nowhere near that point with Avatar. But yeah, there's going to be things I don't like, and I think I should be able to voice that. And I think anybody in the comments on my channel should be able to voice their complaints without it being, shot down. And then the other way, too, people always seem to like to yuck people's yums. It's like someone might be hyped about it. They're like, you guys are stupid for liking this or whatever. It's like, dude, if someone likes what they like what is your issue with it? Like, why is that? It's not affecting you. Like, if someone's enjoying something, like, more power to them. Like say, hey, congratulations. I'm so glad you enjoyed that thing. Because it's tough to like things in life sometimes. So, like, if someone likes some shit, like, let them like it. I want to see more of Zhao because he's going to be the main antagonist, but hasn't felt like that yet. You know what, Big Vault? I agree with that. Like, I haven't really seen enough of Zhao so far. Even though they said, like, in interviews and things like that he's going to have an expanded role. He has his whole entire subplot about him going to the spirit world via Washington in the library. They're going to show all that stuff. And him finding like this magic dagger that's going to be used to like kill the Twee and Law, like to kill the moon and ocean spirit. So yeah, like for him to have all this like apparent expanded storyline and we haven't seen anything of it yet, like what's going on? Where is that? Like we don't see that in any of the teasers or the trailers. Like what's going on? Melanated Kitty, that is so true. I feel like the generation feels like their faves are above critique and that we're always become problematic. We should be able to have constructive criticism and discuss it. Yeah, like, come on. Like, we should be able to just discuss things that we like or do not like without there being, like, this whole discourse around it. Will they have the Bottle of the Water Tribe episode? No, that's also being cut as well. Although I think they did cast Bato, so he's going to be in it in a different fashion. But yeah, Fortune Teller basically got cut. The Deserter got cut. The Northern Air Temple got cut. And it's all being consolidated within other existing episodes. Are they cutting the White Lotus? Well, the White Lotus technically doesn't show up until book 3, with some hints of it in book 2. Actually, no, hints of it started in book 2. No, book 2 is when the hints of that started. But no, they haven't brought it in or have cut it because it hasn't even shown up yet. Hey, what's going on, Talking Weevil? What up, what up? Welcome. They at least mentioned the fortune teller in their quiz, but still not sure if they're going to show the story. They're not going to show the story of the fortune teller. There might be like a hint at the fortune teller, maybe. But there's not going to be a full like episode in the same way that we had in the original show. And that's true too. The reason why hate is so prevalent, seemingly prevalent, because here's the thing. If you look at online discussion and then you take that same discussion and put it like somewhere like in reality, you'd be like, wait, these feel like two entirely different conversations. That's because yes, the algorithm promotes hate and promotes rage clicks because people do that. Like that's just something that's a natural human inclination is to rage click. And unfortunately, it makes it seem like any discussion just seems like it's always like a violent affair when that's not the case at all. Hey, what's going on, Gavin? What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. If Sokka came out today, I would call loser for being attacked by feminists. Wait, what? If Sokka came out today, it would call the loser for being. I don't know what you mean by that, Rattle. I honestly hope they omit the element of the original where Aang lies about during. Oh yeah, that's cut too. The Great Divide is not going to be in the show. The first critic I had was when the image appeared of the blue arrow design. Oh yeah, also I did not like the blue arrow design initially. Like, I actually prefer M. Night's version of the tattoo. It feels a little bit more grounded to me. But I get it. Like you kind of want to have that blue arrow there because it's so iconic to the show. And it's grown on me since. It has definitely grown on me. But the first time I saw it, I was like, ooh, that looks a little too cartoonish. That looks a little too cartoonish. The White Lotus is running through the entire story. They are all taught by the White Lotus. Well, I mean, yeah, they're in the background, the shadows, but we didn't get an indication that they are like the secret society until book 2 when Iroh and Zuko were at the Oasis. And then like Iroh shows them the pin, and they need to get smuggled into Ba Sing Se. That's why the White Lotus shows up, but they don't show up at all in the first book. What's up, John? Bumi looks good. We're gonna talk about Bumi in a second. That's coming up later. Is Paku cut? No, Paku is in the show. Paku is cut, but we don't know, especially with his sexism stuff being like minimized. We don't know if like the same storyline of Paku, or if there is going to be a Katara versus Paku. Like that's up in the air at this point. Like that's definitely up in the air. If they're having the Mechanist in the Yamashu episode, will they show how the Foundation got their influence for the future airships? Maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, granted, like that one shot we saw in the trailer, where there's that big explosion behind them, could be airships coming to Amashu. So they might just be switching it so that instead of there being airships, or the idea of airships. Oh no, they wouldn't have airships yet. Yeah, no, that's right, because unless we see the first version of airships come to Amashu and they're gonna make it a little bit different. Because the idea of airships doesn't come until after the Northern Air Temple, and then they have airships for the seasons after that one. Yes, they're cutting the Great Divide. Oh no. Yeah. All right, cool. Let's move on to the next one. We actually have been on this one for a while. We've been stuck on it. Okay, now we're talking about Bumi. Okay, how am I gonna? Let me go through my thoughts. So my initial thoughts were like, not great. Like even when they showed Bumi after you did the quiz, because they had that official quiz on Netflix or whatever, mastertheelement.com, and you do the quiz and you get to see like Bumi doing a little bit of earthbending, and I was like, Bumi looks rough. And it wasn't so much that Bumi looked rough in terms of his look, although I also think his look looks pretty rough. It was his movements. Like his movements don't feel like Bumi. They feel like generic martial artist, generic action, like just his arms just like flinging out, right? Versus Bumi was like if you watch the fight scene from Bumi, hold on. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull up the fight scene right quick. Hold up. Like he was like putting his heels in the ground and like doing like extra crazy stuff. This Bumi don't do that. This Bumi is basic. All right, hold on. Let's get some Bumi. Bumi versus Aang. And I won't play the audio so I don't get hit by copyright or whatever. But
Your final test?
Bumi is supposed to be a mad genius. He's supposed to look like his style is supposed to be like off kilter, kind of weird, But the way the show has it looking like hella generic to me. Like look at him doing this stuff. Like I can't do it because obviously the green screen and stuff like that. But hold on, where's that move that he does right here? Like I like it a lot. Like where he's like moving his feet like that. You see him like that, like digging in his heels. Obviously you guys can't see like what I'm doing, but like him like digging his heels and like doing this like movement here. Like we don't get that same sort of impression from the Bumi we see in the show, and that's fair. Like the actor is obviously not a trained. I forget what the martial art that this is based on. So you're not gonna get like a perfect representation. But also, granted, like then shoot, use a stunt performer instead of using the actor to do it. Especially if you. The only reason I feel like you would want to use an untrained actor in your story, is because of you want the fight to be like a close up. Like you want the face of the person to be right there. If you're doing a lot of wide shots, because there's like a lot of wide shots in the Bumi and Aang fight, you don't need it. You can just use a stunt guy. Use someone who knows how to do the moves, But yeah, like I just feel like the earthbending from Bumi specifically doesn't feel like a master, like the master earthbender, the most powerful earthbender. And yes, I know what I said, you Toph fans. Doing his thing. I do like this though, because they actually did take this shot and put it into the show, which I'm gonna show right here. Like I actually really like what they did with that one.
You and the backflips, Gordon.
I hate to break
Like
it to
I
you
like how
guys,
they
you
actually
have,
did
like,
that.
A wire rig set up.
Oh my gosh, freaking Gordon's voice is so different now. It's so different. But yeah, man, Bumi it just looks like a costume. It just doesn't feel right. And I know it's hard. I know it's really, really difficult to get a character like Bumi right, because he is so strange and so odd in the animated version. So to translate that to live action is just really hard. So the look of it, I'm not a big fan of. But like I said before, like if the performance is there, I don't care. Like if he acts like a crazy ass like man, like he acts like a Bumi, then the stuff about his costume and his look will just be a nitpick for me. Hey, welcome back, the spaceman. We're talking about Bumi now. We're talking about some Bumi. I don't like that one. I don't like that one Bumi fight scene, but I do love the actor, and I think he will surprise everyone. No. I know Utkarsh is dope. Utkarsh is funny as hell. It's just that he doesn't look like Bumi. Like, or he looked like if I saw that at like a comic convention, I'd be like, whoa, dope costume. But because this is like a multi-million-dollar Netflix production, I'm like, you guys, that looks like old man makeup, and it doesn't look quite good, all right? But again, like, so long as the performance is there, we good. But just judging off of what I have, which is only this, like, I have some concerns. Like I said in comments, looks like straight prosthetics. Yeah, it looks like prosthetics, man. Yeah, but if the acting is on point, I'll be able to look over it. Yeah, me too, missing. I'm exactly the same as you. Exactly the same. They also could improve it in future seasons, especially if they see viewer feedback. Yeah, especially. The biggest part of Bumi was like his personality, so I can't really judge it yet, but I don't mind his look, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, and I don't really mind his look. Like, when I say I don't like it, I'm not trying to be like, because I think when people hear that, again, when I'm talking about like the discourse, when someone hears something, oh, you don't like it? Oh my God, you must hate it. Oh my God, stop freaking out. I just don't like the look. Doesn't mean I'm saying like, oh, that's a deal breaker. All right, this show is gonna be trash. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't like his look. Like, that's all. I say I don't like it, and then let's move on. Let's see the next thing. Not everything in the show is going to be a home run. Not everything's going to be something that I'm going to like. Honestly, I think it's impossible to make Bumi in real life. Like, Bumi, it's too hard to 100% represent him. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's really, really tough to get a character like Bumi correct. And it's hard enough to do it in live action to begin with. But yeah, it's tough. It's just hard. The guy playing Bumi was in Free Guy and a few others. He's hilarious. Like, if you guys haven't seen Utkarsh Umbutkar, his last name is really hard to say. Really, really, really funny guy. Like, he's a comedy savant, that guy. What do you think about the future Avatar that takes place in modern day? Well, you can see my video about that. I actually did a video about that. I wonder if they will do the creeping crystals. I don't think so. Because if you look in the background of this picture right here, you can see the stage where Bumi, like, initially jumps off and comes down. And I don't see any crystals back there. I don't see Katara and stuff. There's actually like nothing in this arena at all. But yeah, you definitely don't see any of that. And they could be cutting that because maybe it's like too silly for live action. I don't know. But it looks like that might be cut too. But we don't know. Obviously, they could be on the other side of the screen. Yeah, so there's no beating around the bush with Bumi here. Really, he would have needed a lot of CGI to look correct. No old person can be that flexible, and someone too young, like now, also looks weird. Yeah, there's really no winning with Bumi in the live action. So, I mean, like I said, not a deal breaker for me. I don't like it. Like, just straight up, I just don't like it. But it's not like I'm gonna be like, oh, the show's terrible now. The better question is, will we see Flopsy? I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna see Flopsy, unfortunately. And the reason I say that is because they spent a lot of munchies, a lot of money on creature designs, and I don't think they had enough money for Flopsies. Unfortunately. Oh, and I hope they take at least one jab at the last Airbender, have an extra calling Aang. Well, no, I think if they're ever going to do that, they're going to do that with Ember Island player. It would be great if they got like Dev Patel to play one of the roles. Oh my God, that would be so epic, guys. What if they got Dev Patel, who played Zuko in the 2010 movie? What if they got him to play Zuko in the animated or the live action version? Like, that would be crazy. Like, if they could get at least like one person back from the movie, just so they can have fun with it, being like, oh, we get it, it was terrible. That would be really cool. Hey, what's going on, Zipporaje? Hello, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. This guy would have needed millions and millions in CGI to create a character design that would have looked okay. Yeah, it's just not worth it. Yeah, You got to give credit. So, Antoine, you're giving constructive criticism, not flat out hate for the sake of hating on the adaptation. Yeah, but man, some people are really sensitive right now. Like, anytime you say like a lick of something like bad, they're like, oh my God, they think it's horrible. Like, it's like, stop overreacting on both ends. Like, people who are, stop the overreacting. I really wanted to stop. I wanted to stop. I've seen Bumi's actor as a main on the Ghost Show on CBS. Love his character on that show. Yeah, guys, if you guys haven't seen Utkarsh and like the things that he's done, really good actor. Really good. Really good stuff. Munchies. Yeah, I'm sorry. They're cutting a lot of stuff. Yeah, they're cutting a lot of stuff, but they have to. They have to cut a lot of stuff because they're making it less of a serialized show and straight up drama. Bumi does look meh, but I don't think the actor is doing what the actor is doing or is going to do a poor job. I'm actually still looking forward to seeing this very scene. Oh no, I'm still looking forward to this scene. Like, okay, let me move on to like the actual fight part of it because the fight looks actually pretty cool. The fight looks, except for like the movements of Bumi himself.
That was sick. Yo.
Like the airbending stuff, like the one like this right here, straight out of the show. Straight out of the show.
Break it to you guys. We had like
Awesome.
a wire rig set up.
Did you have to do prep for that?
I would just drill backflips.
Like that is
Maybe,
straight
we're
up
gonna
from
go
the show.
higher
Like
on
it's,
this
the
one.
show has a
Slow,
different
over
angle. It's
and
more of
over
like a
and
wide
over
angle
again.
distortion.
You're
But
just having fun all
great.
the time.
No, man, that was tiring. Utkarsh was
But
so
like
amazing
the air,
to
especially
work
when like
with.
he
I think
flies
I was
away.
on
I think
set
it
for,
happens
like,
at the beginning of this
school or
clip.
something, and
Hold on, actually, let me
stopped
do
by.
the beginning of the clip because there's one move that ain't right here. Like that feels like actual airbending. It feels like he actually did a martial arts move first, and that's really important too. Like that's a big note. Is that you want to make sure that it doesn't feel like magic. And I feel like so far there's been a few instances of bending that we've seen so far that feel like magic instead of it feeling like a martial art. Because you can see Aang actually doing his martial art, then the airbending comes. Because that's how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to do the motion first, and then the bending comes after that. And it feels like an actual piece of wind picks him up and lifts him away. Like that move right here, like this first move is so good to me. It's so smooth and it's so nice.
Ridiculous.
Now, Bumi doing this little slicey slice, not as much. Like the way his arms are coming are like, it feels like an actor who doesn't actually, do martial arts. Unfortunately. And that's just going to happen with some people, especially now that it seems like they wanted the actors to do the performance, which again, I don't understand why you just use stunt performers. That's what they're there for. That's what their job is. But yeah, the fight scene itself looks really cool.
Utkarsh was
Like
so
the
amazing
airbending looks
to work
awesome.
with.
I think I was on set for like school or something, and I just stopped by and watched, and like he literally took my breath away. Like it's insane.
He is like the coolest guy.
I love this commitment to
Yeah,
the
like
role,
if you look
though.
at this close up here, let me actually see if I can pause
I
it.
love this commitment to the role, though.
Like it's insane.
He is like the
Like right here, that looks actually okay. Like actually, this screenshot is probably my favorite screenshot of Bumi. Like of everything else you've seen. Like I think this is fine, especially if you pair it with his acting, which they're all like, the kid actors are saying like, yeah, he like really like went to the world because you kind of have to because Bumi is like low key crazy. Like I mean he is like that's literally his moniker, right? The mad genius. So when you perform like. Of all the characters I think we're going to see in this first season, Bumi is going to be the most outlandish, as he should be. Because if you think about any of the other characters, they're not really that outlandish like that. Like, yeah, Aang can get goofy sometimes, but he's like a 12-year-old. He's going to get goofy. Sokka, he has a little sarcasm, whatever. Katara is pretty straight. Zuko is angry, all the time. Bumi is the one that you could just go nuts with, and I think he's going to go nuts with it. And as so long as that's the case, I think it'll be all right. Like, I think we'll be fine.
coolest guy.
I love this commitment to the role, though.
Oh, I can't get over it.
They wouldn't let us watch playback, so
Yeah.
we're
We
saying
haven't
this
seen it.
Yeah, that's
for
crazy.
the first time.
Nothing. We've seen nothing, so this is amazing.
Let me go and let that play in the background. Let me catch up to the to the chat. Yo, the Invert Island players in season 3 has so many meta opportunities for humor. Yeah, there's so many. They better not drop the ball on that one because you could do so much with that. As long as they have a good story, it will be good. Yeah, exactly. As long as the story is fine. Ozai has to make a reference to General Fong, Daniel Day Kim's role in the original show. Oh, that's true. I forget that he did voice General Fong, and he did Hiroshi, right, in Legend of Korra, if I'm not mistaken. Most powerful at that time, yes, and arguably Toph surpasses him when she holds up the library from sticking. Overrated. I'm gonna tell you why that's overrated, bro. I'm gonna tell you why they're overrated, and why Toph is overrated overall. It's because she's never actually fought anyone of significance. And people don't realize that. Same with Iroh. Like, Iroh and Toph are both the most overrated characters in terms of, like, not seeing them do... They don't have combative one-on-one feats on par with other people in the show. Like, yes, holding up a library, that's cool. You know, like, but Bumi taking back Omashu single-handedly, chucking houses, like in the middle of because there's a difference between showing a power in a standstill, in the context of like, no, the things aren't shooting at you or people aren't like fighting you, versus just like tug of war. That strength is different than being in an MMA fight, if that makes sense. But yeah, like, yeah, those two characters often very overrated because they don't actually have like fights under their belt, like significant fights under their belt. Oh, I never said combat. I said sheer power. Oh, okay. The backflip doesn't look great to me, but I think it's because the cut is weird and maybe the slow mo too. Well, also they have it like very. I feel like they should have like pulled out a little bit more to see like the full body, like in the same way that the original. Because of course I think the original show had a better angle where you have like Aang at an angle coming off it, and in the show they kind of like do it just straight, like it's just a straight version of him going over it. Yeah, I am living for Aang's airbending in the scene. The airbending is on point. I have loved the only bending I haven't really like jived with so far has been the earth bending, but the bending of water looks great. Water is literally my favorite so far. Like everything I've seen from Katara so far has been fire has been looking great, man. Ozai burning Zuko looks like legit fire. Like it does not look like CGI fire at all. It looks like legit. Like it looks like they're burning that kid. Air, yeah, fine. Water, fine. Fire, fine. Yeah, the only one I've been kind of like merp about is Earth. And Earth seems to be really hard to do. Like it seems to be like a hard one to do. But yeah, the movements of the airbending, so good. The airbending is so good. I'm not a huge fan of how they'll be revealing these new clips to us. Not gonna lie, wish they just post a few HD clips without any reactions or cutting away to make analyzing easier for us. Oh yeah, no, you can't really like fully analyze because they have all the but they do that on purpose. They do that on purpose so that we can't analyze it. That's the reason. And then I think that people are not gonna like Iroh because he's not gonna have an accent. Really, I don't think so. I don't think anyone's gonna care about him not having an accent. Like that should not be the case at all. No one's gonna have an accent. Everybody's gonna be speaking with standard American English. There's going to be no accents in the show. You have a little bit of an accent with Gyatso, but that's because that guy is literally from Singapore. In the same way that Iroh, Mako, who is the voice actor for Iroh, is Japanese. Like, he's not like Japanese American. Like, he's Japanese. And that's the reason why he had an accent to begin with. But it's also inconsistent, the accents in the animated show. Like, you have a lot of inconsistencies with the nations and stuff like that. But yeah, mostly they're going to go with American standard for every actor. To get, live action, they're trying to make it a little bit more believable. Yeah. Toph inventing meta bending is great. Adult Toph beats Bumi, but Kid Toph does not beat Bumi. I mean, we saw it in the comic. Like they went into a draw. I think if that keeps going on, Toph loses. But you don't want to do that because Toph has her freaking stands who would never want to see her lose a fight. Even when she lost her fight to Yao Ling in that comic, people were like up in arms about that, Toph and Iroh are not overrated. Toph is 12 and Iroh is 70. No, they're overrated by the fandom. I don't think they're overrated as characters, like themselves, like in the universe. They're top. They're like top tier. But in terms of like the way that fans try to hold them up on like the highest of high pedestals at all times without any kind of backing, that's why they're overrated. But I have a whole video about why I talk about why Toph and Iroh are overrated. Ozai is the strongest in the Airbender verse after Aang. Yep. So I hope they show a little more. Oh, yeah. So Bubble Nugget, that's actually one of the reasons I am very much looking forward to the live action. Because that was one of the things that I was saying way back when. Like the second when they were talking about how Ozai was being cast, I was like, oh, we're going to see more Ozai then. Like immediately I was like, and I have proof of this. I have my receipts. If you go back to my Ozai video, I was like, guys, you don't hide this face. You don't hire Daniel Day Kim to hide his face. And I was right. And then they came out with that interview talking about how, like, Ozai has a more expanded role, how we see more of the reason, like when they did that IGN interview. Matter of fact, let me pull it up right now so y'all can see it. Like, they legit did an IGN interview, Albert Kim, the showrunner, talking about how they expanded Ozai Sorry, wait. IGN Airbender interview. Or breakdown. Yeah, here, the trailer breakdown. And somewhere in the middle of the trailer, he talks about this. Hold on.
Avatar, and I'm gonna save the world.
Probably
are based on real-world Asian indigenous cultures. And that's something that really sets us apart from other epic fantasies. So Aang's crashing into the statue here. And this is a direct echo to a famous gag that plays during the title sequence of the animated series.
I can't find it. Where is he? When you start talking about
it's
Ozai.
important for us to do this because despite everything, Aang is just a goofy kid. And even after the sequence, you hear a funny joke from Sokka.
Yeah, see, people, goofy kid. Like, people, there's been a new rumor that's been popping up in the past, like, 2 days. People saying, like, they're going to make Aang serious, and he's not going to be funny. It's like, what are you talking about? Who? Y'all are really just over here trying to rage click people, man. Y'all really over here just baiting people. Like, use your brain, guys. Oh, here it is. Here's where he talks about Iroh. This is really cool.
Event, as in all of our firebending should look like firebending, but Iroh's look slightly different than Zuko's, which looks slightly different than Ozai's, which looks different than Azula's. And we also try to differentiate them with sound design. So if you listen really closely to when Iroh bends, you'll hear almost a dragon sort of sound underneath all of that bending.
So here you see Fire Lord Ozai, and you see him a lot more in our season than you actually saw him in the animated series, and that was a conscious decision on our part because we feel like we needed to balance out that part of the story. So you get to see things like him and his firebending abilities, which you didn't see very much of, if at all, in the first season. And you get to realize how formidable a figure he is and an opponent he is because he is a very accomplished firebender. That's why he's the antagonist of the entire series.
Okay, I'm gonna go to my own video. I'm gonna plug my own video because some of y'all were like, no, that's not gonna happen. Or, oh, no, we should. I'm like, no, this is exactly what's gonna happen. And I was so vindicated when that video came out because, like, I was saying this for months. All right, hold on. Was it this? Was it here where I talk about it?
Hey
where
guys,
it's like,
get ready for a
It's like side to side. Also, I hate hearing my own voice. By the way, guys, just gonna say that. Freaking hate hearing my own voice. Is this it? Man, I can't find it. But I got the receipts, fools. I got the receipts. Hold up. I don't know what video it was. I think it might be this one. Netflix teaser. Oh yeah. I think it's this one. When
God, guys.
I broke it down, and they were talking about it, and I broke it down. Hold up. I'm gonna find it. I got the receipts. Bro. All right, right here. Here it is.
Like him and his firebending abilities, which you didn't see he is because he is
my side. It's almost uncanny. We, at the very least,
months
need
ago,
some setup for the one thing the Fire Lord does consistently in the original series. The one aspect of his character that has always remained true. His fighting ability. Let's be real. His bending abilities are not showcased as prominently as other benders in the series.
Months ago.
And that's a problem.
So you get to see things like him and his firebending abilities, which you didn't see very much of.
That's what I've been saying, Albert Kim. And yes, I'm 1,000% on board for seeing more Ozai fucking shit up because people be low key disrespecting Ozai's name. Like, some of the people up in this fandom would be disrespecting Ozai. Be like, oh, he got beat by a 12-year-old. I mean, he got beat by the freaking Avatar state. He didn't get beat by no 12-year-old. He got beat by the Avatar state. Bruh. I cannot wait to see what fight scenes they show to show that this bro, you do not mess with Ozai. People be talking about low-key throwing shade at freaking saying, oh, Azula can take Ozai. I'm like, bro, y'all so dumb. Y'all got so much disrespect on his name, bro. Y'all gonna learn. Daniel Day Kim's gonna show y'all to put some respect on Ozai's name. Like, let me catch up to these comments. Will we still see a George Takei reprise his role from the original in prison episode? No, but he is going to be playing Code the Face Stealer. He's going to be playing Code the Face Stealer. If they're not going to have Flopsy, what will they use for that challenge? Oh, I don't think they're going to have the challenge. I think they're going to go straight to the fight with Bumi. And they're not going to. I mean, I don't know for sure. But I think the challenges are not going to make it to the episode. Lowell, don't make me make a Toph and Iroh video to prove you wrong. No, all you're going to prove is that they are overrated. I'm not saying that they're not top tier. They are top tier, but they cannot be put over other top tier characters without having some actual fights under their belts. Fights that they actually win against notable master level benders. Not like, fodder characters, not like Fire Nation soldiers and things like that. Not Earth Rumble people, you know. I'm talking about like truly like good top tier benders. Like Toph got to fight like Katara in a legit fight, you know, and win. Although she actually did, technically speaking. If you look at one of the comics, one of the in between comics, which I'm not sure if it's canon or not, but she does beat Katara in that comic. Do you think that Katara and Master Paku will have their duel? I surely hope so. I don't know for sure, you know, based on this other stuff that's been happening, but you know, isn't Daniel Day Kim too short to be Ozai? Nah, what are you talking about? Isn't this bro like 5'10"? Daniel Day Kim is at least 5'10". Hold on, Daniel Day Kim, and all that matters is that he's taller than everybody who's around him. Height. Oh wow, no, you're right. He's like 5'9". Well, yeah, like I said, all that matters is that he's taller than everybody around him. Like for instance, is he taller than Paul Lee? Oh no, Sun Hyung Lee. Height. Oh, give me his height. I don't have height for him. Oh no, he's the same height as Iroh. Yeah, it kind of is better if like Iroh's Ozai is taller. And then he's obviously more tall. He's taller than Dallas Liu. Although I don't know actually. Dallas Liu height. What is his height? Oh, he's also 5'9". Wow, the whole Fire Nation is 5'9". Literally all of them. Iroh, Daniel Day Kim, and Iroh, Ozai, and Zuko are all gonna be 5'9". That's actually kind of funny. You're channeling Pee Wee Herman? Wait, why? Oh, what did I do a voice? It took every avatar ever at once to beat him. Yeah, it took every avatar at once to beat freaking Fire Lord Ozai. And people over here talking about, oh, he lost to a child. It's like, no, he lost to Kyoshi. He lost to Karuk. He lost to Roku. He lost to Yangchen. He lost to freaking Avatar Goon. Avatar Zito. Avatar Wan was in there too. Like, he got the business from all of them. Like, bro, like, what are y'all talking about? The disrespect. Yeah, he's not very short. 5'9" is literally the average height of a modern male. But yeah, I would think like in reality, I'll probably think that Ozai is probably like over 6 foot. Like that's the impression I would get from him. Yeah. George as Ko, George Takei as Ko the Face Dealer is definitely top tier casting for sure. Yeah, 5'9" kings. Let's go. Average kings. They be talking about these short kings. Let's talk about these average kings. Oh, Gym Time and New Recruits are the only non-canon comics. All right, here we go. But yeah, I'm fully ready to see Ozai fuck some shit up. I'm fully ready. I'm tired of the disrespect. I am tired of it. Oh yeah, so in some other news, I don't know how many of you guys actually play the role-playing game Avatar Legends, but they have a new version coming out, a new playbook, a new supplemental book, and they're introducing 2 new things. The first thing that they're introducing a new island called what's it called? Jasmine Island, I think is what it's called. Let me see. I think it's Jasmine Island. I don't see it in here. Hold on, let me do a search. Jasmine Island is what they have right there on the bottom. And it's the origin of Uncle Iroh's favorite tea. So it's a new location, and we're seeing like this picture here is actually Iroh at Jasmine Island. And they're also adding a new character called the Bound. The Bound has a crucial duty they've accepted and embraced, and now they set out on the challenging journey to actually fulfill that duty. So basically, a paladin. If you're familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, basically they're adding like a paladin class into the Avatar role playing game. But the coolest thing about this story, wait, hold on. He really lost the energy bending. Yeah, he really lost the energy bending, which is like, kind of OP, kind of came out of nowhere. But no one wants to talk about that, how it came out of nowhere. And it was basically, literally the ending of Avatar is a Deus Ex Machina. And the meaning of Deus Ex Machina is that intervention of the gods. Literally a god came in and helped Aang at the last hour. Like, that was a literal Deus Ex Machina, which isn't bad actually, because that used to be the typical traditional storytelling of old, is that you would have that sort of a thing happen. Like, you would have the intervention of the gods when like things got too great, and that wasn't seen as like oh no, that's a cop out, kind of a thing. That just used to be a storytelling trope back in the day. which I kind of like because Avatar is a old timey storyline. It's a very fable like sort of story. So the idea of there being a Deus Ex Machina at the end of the series actually works really well in that context. I just don't like it when people talk about it, like when you're talking to people about like battles and things like that, and like verses and stuff like that. That people try to give like all that credit to Aang. Like well, don't give all that credit to Aang. There was definitely some Deus Ex Machina that happened at the end of that, and some nice little plot armor to get him through that. But yes, the big thing that came out of this is that this campaign guide will feature an expanded look at Lu Ten, who is the deceased son of Iroh. So I'm really looking forward to that because back when this first came out, there was a lot of new information that came out about Avatar Roku and his time period, and stuff about like Princess Zayshan, who was the sister to Sozin, and she was actually rebelling against him. And there's this like person called Monk Khandro, who was a monk similar to Zahir, that he kind of like split off from like the main Airbender faction or Air Nomad faction. So I'm really, really interested to see like what they do to expand Lu Ten, because we haven't got a whole lot about like, Iroh's only son and like, that big trauma that he faced. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, to see what new lore we're going to get from that. Bro, you want to talk about disrespect? Game creators be disrespecting Avatar the way they be making their games. Oh my, Ethan, don't get me started on that. Man, oh, that's actually a good segue. That's a really good segue. That's a good segue because our next one is about our next thing that we're gonna watch is a game creator who doesn't disrespect the game.
Hey guys, what's up? Today I will introduce to you our new team member. His name is Juvie. He joined us a couple of weeks ago, and before he joined us, he actually made some assets for seasons.
Oh wait, hold on. There's a question. Is Aang the first Avatar to redirect lightning? Yes. Yeah, he is. Cause Kyoshi never did it. She actually got hit full in the freaking chest with lightning. Thank you to whoever that was. Hold up. I just saw something. FC Bean. Thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you. Aang is the first. Cause Kyoshi got hit full. Roku never did it. And Aang is the first. Not even Korra's in it. Who do you think would be ideal casting for Lu Ten? Ooh, I don't really know that many young. Simu. It should be Simu, the guy who played Shang-Chi. And the reason I say this is because, and again, I've been telling y'all forever, is that y'all need to watch Kim's Convenience. Oh shoot, hold on. Let me show you why. This is why Simu Liu should play Lu Ten. Kim's Convenience. You're going to see something quite familiar, guys. Because he already played Oh Boy's son in this show. And that will be awesome if they brought him back. And he even looks like Fire Nation. Like, look at him. He actually looks like he could be related to Daniel Day Kim with the cheekbones. Same with Dallas Liu. Dallas Liu has those same cheekbones as well. I don't know if it's because like it's a very like Korean feature, maybe. I don't know if like Koreans have like, very prominent cheekbones. But if they brought back Simu Liu to play Lu Ten, I would lose my shit. I would absolutely lose my shit, y'all. Y'all don't even understand. If they actually, oh no, but I think they did cast Lu Ten already, because I heard there's rumors right now that they show a little bit of Iroh's backstory, but I don't know. Maybe they didn't cast Lu Ten yet. Like, maybe they just allude to like an actor. Oh, that would be such a good surprise if they did have Simu Liu. Oh, that would be too perfect. That would be too much. Yeah, Kim's Convenience is actually really funny. If you have not watched the show, it's on Netflix right now. If you want to see what we're potentially going to get from Iroh, just watch this show, guys. It's actually legit. I actually found this randomly. I think I saw it on Netflix. I just got done watching Shang-Chi for like the second or third time because I really like that movie. And I think like Netflix algorithm was like, ooh, it looks like you like Simu. And so they put like his image like really big on my screen. I was like, oh, that's cool. It looks like he was in a TV show at some point. So then me and my girls just watched that entire series. I think we watched it like in a week. Like we watched the entire series, which I think is only like 4 seasons, maybe like 3 seasons before they got canceled. But it's a cool Canadian show. It takes place in Toronto. It's a really funny show. Like, you definitely should watch it. But oh my god, if you got to play Lu Ten, I would go absolutely nuts for that. I would go nuts. But anyway, let's look at the update from Elka Gaming, who's actually making a functional Avatar game. It just sucks that it's just a fan game, but still, like, it's cool that he's doing it anyway. But anyway, let's listen to the update for this real quick.
That we ended up using in the game, and then he just continued making high quality assets for the game, and then I just said, okay,
like the movement in this game
join
looks
us.
so cool.
There's like no way around this, and you will notice why very soon, because the work he's putting in is actually amazing, and I can't wait to show you some of the assets he made so far. I was actually holding off making this video because he's putting these out like almost every 3 days, so at some point I just had to make the videos, so here we are. We're gonna start off with some assets that he made before he joined us, which is a market stall for the Northern Water Tribe and the big pillar that is seen all over the Northern Water Tribe that we also use everywhere in the Northern Water Tribe. It's also seen in the main temple of the Northern Water Tribe, and yeah, we got a lot of value out of this one. Moving on, we are getting to the Southern Air Temple avatar statues. We had to make a decision here on how many avatars we include that are actually known. So currently Juvie has finished Avatar Roku and Avatar Kyoshi. We will do a couple of more that are known,
Which, by the way,
and
funny,
after that, since this tower is so
funny that we were talking about the Avatar statues, because there's another thing we're going to talk about, how they said they're going to alter the way the Avatar state is going to be activated in the new show. How that's going to be another alteration. And I personally think, I don't know this to be like facts. This is just me speculating entirely. I think they're going to do it via statues, like or point of interest points at different places. So like, for instance, I've mentioned it before. I was one of the first people who actually said it, that I feel like Kyoshi is going to take over Aang's body when they're on Kyoshi Island. Like when we see that in the teaser trailer where he just comes down like a missile, you'll notice that he is not wearing Aang clothing. He is not wearing orange robes. He is wearing green robes. So I think that's where we're going to see like a sort of like a possession of Kyoshi on Aang in that instance. I think when he goes to the Spirit Oasis in the north, we're going to see something with the statue of Karuk, which we saw. That's where Katara and Zuko are fighting at the end there. I think we're like, oh my God, everybody stop for a minute and let's give some hearts in the chat for the donation from Tiny Purple Garden. Oh snap. Now I gotta like dance or something. I gotta like do the heel toe or something. What are we gonna do? We're gonna do a little dance. We're gonna do a little shimmy. Or like a salsa shimmy, huh? Let's do a salsa shimmy. Oh yeah, thank you for the $10, Tiny Purple Garden. Hey, I want to see everybody in the chat give love. Y'all better give love to Purple Garden, please. But yeah, I think that the way they're gonna activate the Avatar state is gonna be through like either statues or like just sites that are given, like the special sites, like, you know, special places for past lives avatars. So like the temple, like in the same way that they had to do the solstice to bring Roku about, I think that's going to be the same rules they're going to apply for every use of the Avatar state in the series before Aang is able to actually master the Avatar state. Will Netflix do the Imprisoned episode with Haru and the Earthbender prison? Unfortunately, they are not. Although I do believe Haru got cast, so I think he might be in the Omashu episode now or some other episode. But no, the Imprisoned episode is also another cut. All right, sorry. Let me continue this.
So huge, we have to make a decision on how to fill that up with unique avatar statues. So we ended up deciding for a couple of generic avatar looking statues that we will randomize up the tower, obviously in the right order. And on the top we will also put Avatar Van, because he was of course the first avatar.
Okay, so when they said
nice.
this, actually I made a comment about this earlier, so I don't know if anybody like responded or something. Like, so again, me being a YouTuber, I am a legit YouTuber. Avatar, oh yeah, I actually said it right here, 135. Avatar Wan's image was actually lost to time during Aang's time period. His image is always obscured because that's true. Like no one knew what Avatar Wan looked like and everything like that. So when he mentioned in the video that they were wanting to create a statue for Avatar Wan, I'm like, oh wait, hold on. Like canonically, like technically, because when we see Avatar Wan's figure, Avatar Wan statue, when we see it, when we see it in the flashback sequence, like right before the flashback sequence or whatever, you can't really fully see, like his arm is off, the face isn't really like detailed or anything like that, but you do see like Rava like wrapping around him, which I don't know if you guys are able to actually even see this. Let me open this in a new tab. Open image in new tab. But as you can see, like that's part of the lore that people don't know who Avatar 1 is because it was so far back in time that like it just got lost. Like no one knew that. And that's the reason why when Korra reconnects and has that whole flashback sequence with the beginnings episode, that's all there. But yeah, wait, actually I want to see like what the response is because like I didn't see this too early. Oh yeah, there he says maybe we can have him slightly destroyed. Yeah, hi Antoine. It brings up the question: how were so many statues recorded there anyway? What about the scene in Korra? If I had to guess, the air acolytes. I'm gonna search the episode, and I don't think so. Yes, you can see his statue, but it is highly. Yes, you can see his statue in Legend of Korra, but it's obscured. His arms are missing and the face is not detailed, but there is the figure of Rava wrapping around him. Bloop. Anyway, yeah, that's actually pretty awesome. Like that design of the wand statue is like pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. All right, anyway, let's continue.
Avatar Roku and Kyoshi already looks.
Hey, what's going on, Dark
Knight?
Knight?
See the other ones too.
Avery.
They also all have the ability for the eyes to glow. Obviously, for that scene when Aang goes into the Avatar state and all the eyes start glowing up the tower. And once we are finished with the Northern Water Tribe, I think the first map we actually gonna remaster
Hey,
is
Kyoshi
the
looks too
Southern
short
Air
though.
Temple with the Southern Air
Kyoshi
Temple.
looks too short. Look how short Kyoshi is. Oh man, and guys, I don't think we're gonna get Koizilla. I think we would have already seen Koizilla in one of the promo pieces already. And I'm kind of sad about that. We'll talk about that in
interior with these Avatar statues, so I can't wait to show you more about that soon. Moving on, we have the Hermit Crab from the Northern Air Temple. This little fella is gonna walk around all over the pipes in the Northern Air Temple and will give you some company. Then we have the...
Oh, for those who are not familiar, this is a fan-made Avatar game that's way better than any other games that have come out for Avatar so far.
Moon and Water Spirit for the Northern Water Tribe, the koi fish that are in the Spirit Oasis. We actually already put them into the Spirit Oasis. You'll get to see that eventually too when I got the videos ready for that. Then we have the Otter Penguin. We already made the Otter Penguin, as you know, in the old demo, but since we are remastering everything right now, we decided to also remaster the Otter Penguin, and he turned out great, I think. He also has a new slide animation for the penguin sledding. Can't wait to get back to that too. It's gonna be awesome. Next is the Turtle Seal. This guy is mainly seen in the Northern Water Tribe when Zuko infiltrates the Northern Water Tribe and goes into that little cave. There are some turtle seals moving around, and we will probably put some of them also on the ice outside of the Northern Water Tribe, so you'll definitely encounter those too. Next is Heibai from Sandman Village. And of course we have both versions here. The Panda and of course the Spirit. The Spirit is gonna be
By the way,
a
guys,
small boss
I mean, I know
fight in
we
our
talked about
game,
this last
and
week, but like, can we talk about it again, how good Heibai looks in the freaking Netflix show? Because he looks crazy. He looks crazy. And I just want to talk about it again real quick because, oh, that one's not a high-res version. But yeah, he looks horrific. If you guys haven't seen it yet, just haven't seen Heibai, he's incredible. Open image in new tab. Thank you. He is crazy. Like that's nightmare fuel. That's nightmare fuel. Like that. This is like the benefit of live action. It's like, oh yeah. Because in the show, yeah, he looks like a scary monster. Like he's a monster, obviously, but he don't look terrifying. In the freaking live action, dude is terrifying. Dude is straight terrifying. Dude is straight terrifying. Also, watch Kim Convenience. Watch it. I swear, it's good. It's good.
Shoot that light at you, and no, you don't have to push around crates to defeat him. I hope we can make it a little bit more epic than that.
That's
Moving on
some
is
shade
Ko,
to,
or the Face Stealer, also from the
that
Northern Water
Avatar
Tribe
game we got.
episodes. Can't wait to get to the level, putting him in and animating him in the cave. It's gonna be so nice. He's so creepy already, even in
Ko's
this
gonna
live.
be
And of
crazy
course,
in
we
the
will
live
also
action.
have like different faces for him.
But
Maybe
granted,
even
we
more
haven't
than
seen
a
Ko
scene in
yet
the show.
either,
We'll
so
see.
maybe we'll
Next
get
is the
Koizilla.
Unagi from Kyoshi
We know that
Island.
Unagi
In
is
the
gonna
game,
get
you will
cut
have
in
to
the
tame
show.
him. And of course, at the end of the episode, he's also used to put out the fires. And as well as in the beginning of the episode, when Aang is doing the elephant koi riding, he will also show up. So this one will probably show up a lot in the Kyoshi Island level. And I just laugh how the eyes just look here. It's so nice. And yeah, I can't wait to put him into the new Kyoshi Island. It's gonna be awesome. Moving on, more from the Northern Water Tribe. Obviously, Koizilla, or the Ocean Spirit. This will be at the very end of Book 1. You will be able to actually control him and destroy some Fire Nation soldiers and tanks with it. And I think that's
that
going
will
to be
look
an
so
epic
epic in the live
finale
action.
to
But I have a-
Book
I have a
1. This is
small
also
feeling
one
we're
of
not
the
gonna see
newer
Koizilla.
scripts, so it's probably going to change a little bit. But I already put him into the Northern Tribe and he looks so good. I can't wait for that
Hey,
gameplay
good to see you,
sequence when we
Mischievous.
actually let you control him. And last but not least, the lion turtle. In the show, it
Yeah, the
shows
lion
up
turtle's
pretty
cool.
late.
I like how
but
they
we
have the
might
desk coming
have
off.
some ideas for him in terms of like upgrading or maybe skills. So looking forward to implementing him too. He looks so good. And
Though I wouldn't even say, I mean, this is like the life-like size of a lion turtle from, I think, Airbender. But if you look at the Avatar 1 situation, he should be a little bit bigger because there was whole human settlements on the back of lion turtles in the past.
when you hear the sounds in the game, you feel really intimidated. But that's it for today. Check out Juvie. I put all of his links in the description of the video and in the pinned comment. Super proud of my team. I can't wait to get all of these in the level. This will make the world feel more alive. We're also currently working on NPCs, so I can probably show more of that somewhat soon too. Our other team member, Energy, also worked on characters.
Cannot
If you
believe it.
wanna
I
see
cannot
those
believe how great this fan-made thing is, and Nickelodeon can't get their shit together and make a like decent game for us. Like what? Like what? Like you guys can't make a decent game for us? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe you. And I'm hurt. I'm so hurt. Oh my goodness. Oops, hold on. Let me do something real quick. Okay. The lion turtle, yeah, the lion turtle is so nice. I really like what they did with like leaving like dust coming off of it. Like that was really cool. That was really cool. I actually haven't even played this game. I know it's on like PlayStation Dreams. Like that's what they're using it on. I think. I don't even know if he like updated it to be in a different oh my god, what do you call it? What do you call video game systems? Oh my god, there's a term for it. Whenever you use like a Unity. Like Unity is a system. They also have like Unreal Engine, game engine, right? Game engine. I'm not sure if he's still using Dreams as a game engine. They didn't want to spend the money or pay the fans to do it for them. Man, I'm mad. Why? Oh yeah, there's a little funny video about them talking about Secret Tunnel.
War divides their people, and a mountain divides them apart. Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, speaking of which, guys, there's a rumor that Secret Tunnel is going to show up in episode 3 of the live action. Like, it's not going to show up in book 2. It's going to show up like in season 1. So yeah, that's the thing.
To be together.
And I forget how the rest goes.
Secret
tunnel through the mountains.
Secret.
Ethan Sandstorm? Who's this?
Sorry if that was a little bit too enthusiastic. Don't want to freak you guys out. I think that it's.
Yeah, I'll be really sad. I'm the same as you, Shamani. We'll be a little disappointed if we don't get Koizilla, but anything will be better than the giant wave they gave us from that. To be fair, that giant wave was kind of cool. It was kind of cool. Like let's not lie about it. That giant wave was kind of cool, but not as cool as Koizilla. Not as cool as yeah. Dreams is only on PS5, which I have PS5, so I actually do have the ability to watch it. This actually is new. I actually have not watched this yet, so I'm gonna watch this with you guys live. So. They apparently. Oh no, I'm lying. I did watch this already. But I only watched it once.
Appa is so cute. Give me a kiss.
Yeah.
We're the cast of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and we are here to look at some of the best of the internet about our show. They are really going for it. Look at those hair loopies. Look at Sokka's sarcastic face. Can't help that. Look at Momo. Ah!
Nice.
That fan poster actually looks pretty cool. I mean, obviously it looks like it's fan made, you know, but still, it looks. I think it's pretty, and that's just them using promotional pictures that have been put up online. You know, it's pretty cool.
The scars on the wrong side.
You like flipped your
Yeah, they flipped it.
Sobbing, I love Atlas so much. This already looks so promising.
Aww.
Don't forget about the emojis.
Oh yeah, crying with the.
I forget that people say Atla. Like, I don't do that. I actually say like either Avatar or like Airbender, but I never say like Atla. Like, do people say that? Is that a thing? Do you guys say Atla when you reference Airbender, like the acronym of Airbender? Do you guys say Atla? Because that's kind of weird to me, like saying Atla.
The hands. They give me.
Brazil says, I was totally shaken by this trailer. Very emotional with my favorite cartoon. I'm crying. Appa and Momo are so cute and Kyoshi warriors are beautiful. And my God, such beautiful and well-adapted scenarios. Congratulations, for real. Aww.
I did not realize how big Avatar was in Brazil. Brazil loves them some Avatar. It's kind of crazy. Oh, you say Atla sometimes? I say Atla. Yeah, I say Atla. Oh yeah, I don't ever find myself ever saying Atla. Yeah, I often say the letters. Like I'll either say ATLA or I'll say Avatar or I'll say Airbender. I don't say the acronym at all. Usually, like I usually default to saying Airbender or Avatar, but never Atla and never usually ATLA. So when I heard freaking Elizabeth Yu saying Atla, I was like, what? What?
Thank you. That was really sweet.
We love you, Brazil.
Thailand says, bring it on. I really love this story. Heart, heart, heart.
Portugal says, beautiful. I want to watch. It's part of my childhood.
Nice.
Same Portugal.
Yeah.
To all of Portugal.
Yes.
I like how he's like Portugal, and he like has this like weird way of saying it. I don't use the Atla term, but I do when writing. Oh yeah, when writing online, I use it all the time. But like when speaking, I know. Yeah. Brazil premiered Sozin's comment in theaters. Oh wow, they got some sort of connection with Brazil. Brazil really loves it. Oh, Brazil has a lot of Japanese cultural influence. Oh, so they probably liked it because they think it's like an anime, huh?
This is perfect.
I agree.
Look at the fade that they gave you.
I know, I was thinking about
And the eyebrow slits.
You gotta get that cut for real.
I was telling him that.
Dude, I can't tell if I should be flattered or insulted.
Who agrees that Gordon Cormier was born to be Aang?
I agree. I agree. The dude looks just like Aang. It's kind of crazy, like how much he looks like Aang. It's kind of ridiculous. All right, so I think for the rest of the time, I don't have any more videos to play, so let's play this music again. Yeah, we got the music playing. We're good. All right, guys. So let's get into this little issue. How does everybody feel about this? How does everybody feel about the retooling of the iffy element of Sokka's sexism? I want to hear from the chat because I've been talking this to death. I'm kind of almost over it. Like I'm over talking about it to be honest. But yes, what is the chat? How's the chat feel? Hey, what's going on, Vega, Ryan, Cajun? There's someone who says Atlas so that it won't be confused with the Avatar that has blue people. True. That's why I end up just saying Airbender. Back when it was airing here where I live, it was called it's called The Legend of Aang everywhere except for the United States. Most of Europe calls it The Legend of Aang, which is why The Legend of Korra, when that came out, people were like, oh, it's a different title. But then most of the world was like, no, that's just how you title Avatar shows. Yeah. Theo Brown says, Cajun says, it's not that big of a deal. Theo says, it's dumb. Don't like it. Christopher is like, I'm a little confused about it. Marty is like, everyone I spoke with feels like the Netflix creators completely missed the point with Sokka's character. Gavin goes, yeah, I don't know, man. It's not iffy if it's part of his character. The whole point is that he overcomes it. And that's like the main thing to me. Michael, honestly, I don't mind it. Some of these sexist Sokka lines were cartoonishly on the nose. Lauren says, really overblown. Cajun, which also I agree with, is really overblown. Cajun says people need to chill. It's not a big deal. Also agree with that. Angel goes, most American cartoons shows were played in. Oh, that's another thing entirely. Bubble Nugget goes, it's a weird change, but if they at least replace the sexism with something else for Sokka, then at least it has an arc that I don't see an issue. Yeah, like I really think this is insanely overblown. Like, to me, I was like, oh, okay, they're like scaling back on that. It's kind of weird, like, because the outcome of his sexism was that they said it was bad and that he became not sexist by the end of it. So it was really strange for me for them to say, like, to make that. So at first I was like, oh, are they just trying to like get brownie points? Because they're like, oh, we updated the sexism, you know, to get, like, you know, the freaking virtue signaling points or whatever. I was like, okay, weird, but okay, I guess, whatever. And then the other part of me was like, yeah, so what are they gonna like replace that with? Because that's kind of like one of his early arcs, you know. That's one of the big changes that Sokka was able to be okay with, which enables the other changes that he goes through for like the rest of the series. So yeah, for me, my take is that it's just weird. Like, I don't think it's like abhorrent. I don't hate it or whatever, you know, but it is weird. It's just a strange choice to me. It's an odd and peculiar thing. Yes, they are toning it down, not removing it. Although, even though that isn't completely said either, because Gyawindio said that, what did she say? Oh, yeah. I feel like we took out the element of how sexist Sokka was, which could mean that they take out everything related. Because some people were saying like, no, she just meant like, you know, they took out the severity of how sexist Sokka was. But it could also mean that they just took it out completely, because that line can be taken two ways. It could be taken that it could be just the level of his sexism. Could be that they took it out entirely. Like, I feel like we took out the element of how sexist Sokka was. Like, that could just be entirely gone. Oh, by the way, there's a really good comment that I wanted to share with you guys from someone who was talking about this topic. Hold on, let me find it. It was a Reddit post. See, Reddit has some good stuff sometimes. But let me grab it real quick. Thank you for your patience. They did say that they were toning it down. I will miss a sexist Sokka. That part I don't understand. Like, why are people holding on to it so much for the sexist Sokka? I don't think we should, like, you know, be like, oh no, sexist Sokka, save him. Like, I don't know about that part. Albert Kim said he didn't want people to dislike Sokka. Yeah, and that part too. Like, I don't remember the original show, like, with him being sexist initially. I don't remember that being a big thing for the original fandom. Like, I don't think people were like hating on him or anything like that. Hold on, let me find that comment, because it's really good. It's a really good comment. I think it's the way that I sort of judge this whole situation. I think it's really well said as well. If I can find it, I'm gonna find it. I swear. Here it is. Okay, so let me how can I make this open? Can I open this? Can I open this over here? I can. Nice. All right, cool. So, to be honest, based on my interpretation of the article, I believe the changes will be less about the quantity of sexism, but rather the nature of it. Sokka in the cartoon was a hostile sexist, i.e. actively mocking and antagonizing women through jokes and insinuating or insulting comments. This was generally played up with a slapstick comedy, so the negative impact was softened. In a semi-realistic live-action context, slapstick can no longer be used to fill this purpose without killing suspension of disbelief. The exaggerated, drawn-out reactions are impossible, and messing around with sound effects would be too jarring and ridiculous. We would then be left with just pure hostile sexism, which would be hugely off-putting, especially in a show which needs you to like its main characters early on. Therefore, I think live-action Sokka will be more of a benevolent sexist, i.e. constantly trying to protect and look after women with good intentions, with the impact of infantilizing them. His arc then will still be about realizing women are much more capable than he believed, but more of a likable, positive place than unpleasant, negative place. Very similar to what he did with Suki. So if you guys remember, like the way his sexism showed up in book 2, he was just being very extra protective of Suki. But the way that they framed that is that he was saying that because he lost Yue was the reason why he was treating Suki like that. It wasn't so much about sexism. But I think they're going to adapt like that little bit and the way that it looked there to the way it looked to in season 1, and I think that's how they're going to do it in the live action. But I'm going to leave you guys with this quote because I think it's a very, very good one from Iroh, and it's what the fan base I think needs to be reminded of and be told over and over again. If you look for the light, you can often find it, but if you look for the dark, that is all you will ever see. And I think that's how the approach to Avatar in this live action pretty much is going to be. Like you're gonna get from it what you give to it, and you're gonna get from it what you in bad and good ways. If you're gonna give it hate, you're not gonna like it. Hate's gonna be what you're gonna get out of it. If you're gonna be positive about it, you're probably gonna have a more positive experience with it. So yeah, Gavin, that post puts it perfectly. It's completely perfect. It's partially about adapting to a new medium rather than it being like a reducing it entirely. You know. I absolutely agree with that comment. I think that would be a fantastic thing to have and would make sense with Princess Yue, right? One of the many inherent changes without cartoonist exaggeration in this new show. Yeah, whoever wrote that post said that well. Okay, that explanation sounds plausible. Yeah, I picture the actor trying to replicate. But here's the thing. You're not going to hear about that explanation like on these Twitter posts and headlines and things like that because it's not going to get clicks. If you say rational explanation for Sokka, like no, it's like the rage clicks. You're not going to get the rage clicks, which is the reason why you're going to hear all these. Like you're going to hear a lot of negativity. I feel up until the premiere of the show. If the show is good, we're all going to forget about this. Everybody's going to forget about all these like woes and things that they think weren't going to work for the show. It's just going to take time for that to actually show up and be the case. I'm glad this post clarified my comment. Yes, word. Iroh, word. But also sounds like they plan to tone down Katara's motherly nature too. Yeah, I think they're just going to soften it. I don't think they're not going to get rid of it because that's like a core trait of Katara. But I think they're just going to make things less overt and more subtle, like more nuanced for like a live action piece. But that is it. I will do like an open Q&A for like the next few minutes if you guys have like open questions or whatever. But we are wrapping up and winding down on the stream right now. yeah, that's why we need Anton streams for rational explanations. But that's the thing too. It's easier to have rational explanations if you're having like long form conversations with people. But if you're having Twitter wars with people where you only can say like 2-3 sentences, it's hard to get your full thoughts out, you know? Or like to hear the tone of people's voices too and stuff like that. Like that stuff is really important as well. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up the stream, guys. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody that's here. So Gavin, thanks for being out here. Avery, Michael, Missing. When does the show come out? It comes out February 22nd. The Dark Knight, Marty, Zuzu Fanatic, Shamani, Marty, Bubble Nugget, Ethan, the Spaceman. Thanks for all the videos and great content, Antoine. Thank you, Zuzu. Talking Weevil 31. Goodbye. Missing. See you later. Benny the Hooker. I mean, not Benny Hooker. Sorry, just Benny Hooker. See you later. And how's Sexist treating you, man? For Ray Gibson, peace out. Trill Visuals, peace out. Missing. I think I said about it's missing already. Jessica, see you later. Avery, see you later. Have a good night. Who else did I miss? I think Cajun, see you later. Vegan, Josharu, Melanated Cutie, see you later. Oh, and thank you again for the donation. Who was that again? It was Purple. Tiny Purple Garden, thank you so much. Dylan, see you later. Big Volt, see you later. SSJ Radio, peace. Israel, peace out. Oracle One, McKay. Oh, did I miss anybody? I don't know if I missed anybody. Oh, comment what my name should be. Nice. See you later. Marshall, Kaiju. Did I miss anybody else? I think. Oh, Fishy. See you later. Zipporah. See you later. 001. See you later. All right, guys. Peace. Much love to you. Be nice out there, guys. Be kind.